how is your approach different to
Oh,
what
how's
you've
it?
done previously?
For this film, it's trying to push the comedy a little bit more than some of the stuff that we've done before, and it's aimed at a younger demographic. So, I think the approach was to try to retain the kind of iconic things about these characters, but push them into a funnier place.
Is it
side of the characters?
Exactly.
Is it something you're conscious to try to make it work on two levels, both for the younger viewers and for maybe parents watching it with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think we want to enjoy the stuff that we're working on as well, and I mean, that fans are going to watch this stuff too, and you want to be true to the source material as much as possible. But then, it is Lego, and it is a different take on this stuff, so you can have some fun. I think we have if you're a fan of DC Comics and you like that world, I think it's a fun place to visit. Our take on it. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there. I mean, like we were saying at the panel, for God's sakes, we reference some Grant Morrison books. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
We were talking a little bit about the Lego movie. Did you draw any inspiration from that?
Yeah. The Lego movie came out
2-3 years ago?
Yeah, it was when we were just kind of starting this stuff, and I think we had started before we had seen the Lego movie, and I just remember seeing that version of Batman and going, oh God. It was, they did a great job with it there. Ours has to be different, because we can't have that. It's not the same. It's not the same character. It's not the same world. We have to do a different take. Theirs is so great. A lot of inspiration from it. Our world is so much different than theirs, though. We don't. They did everything out of Lego. The water were Lego pieces, and that was stylistically something that we decided not to do, just to kind of separate ourselves from that a little bit more.
So those other elements are how are you approaching them? Not by Lego, but how are you?
You mean as far as
things like the water and things like that?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit more of a naturalistic kind of feel to some of the world aspects. I mean, we have trees that are built out of Legos. We have, but the ground planes aren't necessarily built out of Legos. There's grass. There's, what I mean,
right.
That type of thing. Brandon had pulled these great images of like Lego photography that some of the Lego fans do, and we pulled a lot of inspiration from that. And it was really, a Lego figure out on a grass plane or whatever, and just these kind of evocative things, and that really showed a scale, And so we're like, okay, that's something we can work with.
This is the first Lego movie with time travel. So, are there any time periods that you would like to revisit or visit for the first time, like perhaps in the future?
As far as the film is concerned?
Well, no, as far as or you as directing a Lego, like the next Lego movie. Would there be age
Well, you know what?
Or I'm saying, were there any time periods that you were, oh wow, I wish we could get this? Either within the DC universe or just general universe.
Yeah, I think this film has a kind of a broad spectrum of that stuff. So I was pretty happy about the places, the times that we were able to go. So I think you'll be happy too.
You mentioned about the Lego fan community with the photography and everything like that. Have you talked to any of those people? Have any of them actually gotten maybe even a little more involved?
No, not necessarily, but when we started this stuff, I obviously everybody kind of grows up with Lego, but I wasn't really into it. As just like a huge fan of it. So I've learned a lot, and what I'm just continuously amazed at what some of the kind of passion that some of these people have for Lego, and what they're able to do with it is just incredible. Like some of these things that we looked at for inspiration, it's amazing.
Did you guys feel like it started comedy maybe things goes further enough, or sometimes you have to pull back?
Yeah, I mean, I think, comedy's a difficult thing. If there was a formula to it, then, we'd all be millionaires, right? I mean, even the best comics strike out now and again, right? So we try our best, and I think in hindsight, I'm the type of person, I look back at all my work and I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have done that, or I could have pushed that, or this could have been better, or whatever, It can't be about that, You just have to kind of try to make the best thing that you can in the moment with the time that you're given, and put it out there and see how people react to it.
Do you have kids or no kids that you run gags past sometimes to see what they think?
Not that I run the gags past, but I will say I was. This is the youngest skewing thing that I've personally ever worked on. So I was really excited to show my next door neighbor. And so when we premiered, when the first one that I directed was the 22-minute B-Leaguer one, I brought our next door neighbor over. They had a 4-year-old son, and I'm like, yeah, he's gonna love it. And we showed it to him, and I looked over at him, and he was hiding his face under his blanket in sheer terror. He was so scared. But it was hilarious. I mean, just the action, was I think maybe a little bit too intense for him as a youngster. But he's totally into it now, and he's a big fan. In fact, I go over to his house, and he runs to show me all his Lego stuff. He brings me this pile of this Lex Luthor mech suit, which was actually in one of our films, and it's just completely broken apart. And he hands it to me, and he's like, "Can you help me put this back together? I mean, you made the movie. Can you help me?" I'm like, "Do you have the instruction booklet?" Sorry, kid.